I have regrets about this entire mission. Your return trip to the cruise bazaar is a quiet one. The train from the Frankfurter Tor is empty save for you. There's nothing to distract you from your thoughts. You finish with the first part of your audition. Luca Dur is waiting at the Café Kesvain to administer the second. I guess I won't bother with trying the mission again. I don't think there's a point. I think, like, either way, like, it's gonna suck. That entire mission just fucking sucked. I'm gonna talk to him first. I'll talk to everybody else and see if they have anything new to tell me later. Afer, welcome back, and my congratulations on a job well done. If you wanted Alisher dead, you could have just said so. I'd have taken the job either way. You son of a bitch, you never said anything about a bomb. I don't know the first one. It's a little bit more professional. He nods thoughtfully. Good to know. But the purpose of this test is to gauge your adaptability. We need to know that you'll be willing to do what we tell you to do, regardless of your personal feelings on the matter. And we need to know that you'll roll with the punches if circumstances change mid-run. Many of your colleagues in the Shadow community have overinflated egos. They let their personal feelings interfere with their work. My organization needs to know that you will see tasks that we assign you through no matter what. Say nothing. The true purpose of the run that you just went on was to test your willingness to adapt to change. You're still being tested, by the way. If you work for my organization, you may be asked to do things that you find morally troubling. Sometimes it might even appear that we are lying to you, but you can take comfort in knowing that everything that we request of you is ultimately for the greater good. And what is this greater good? Define it for me. You can't see the big picture. I can't either. I am, again, just a mouthpiece. The only ones who know my organization's ultimate ends are its ruling council, and they aren't in the practice of sharing information with their hirelings. But know that they are some of the most intelligent men on this planet, and they place a high priority on social order and stability, and those are good things by anyone's standards. So, he stares at you in the eye. What do you think of all this? I don't like being kept in the dark, but if you pay as well as you say you do, I can overlook it. After a brief pause, he nods, then reaches forward and places the credit stick into your hand. Congratulations, you have passed your audition. Welcome to the payroll. So what happens now? Now we part ways. Don't worry, I'll call you when your services are needed. He taps a neatly trimmed fingernail against the earpiece of his comlink. When I contact you with a new task, the choice of whether to take it or leave it will be yours. If you take it, return here and I'll pay you a fair sum for your services. If you leave it, well, there's someone in my organization who'll be quite unhappy. I can't promise you that I'll always be able to accept every job that you offer me. Understandable, but I would strongly advise compliance whenever possible. There's always some margin for extenuating circumstances. We are nothing if not understanding, but abusing that margin would be unwise. Dara glances at his PDA, a high-end model etched with platinum. And with that, I'm afraid that I misbid you good day. Go now, I'll be in touch. Alright, let's go into the safe house. Let's talk to people. What do you have to say to me, bud? As you approach Blitz, he gives you an easy smile. Hey, Chief, what's up? Have you ever heard of an organization called the Lodge? I think I've heard about a capital L Lodge, yeah. There was some chatter on a BBS that I used to hang out on a few years ago. His brow froze in concentration. It's a magic thing, I think. Sort of a bogeyman for conspiracy theorists. Interesting. Do you know anything else? Not really, no. Conspiracy theories aren't really my thing. I prefer to keep my eyes on what's ahead of me. Besides, most of that stuff is bull anyway. On the whole, people are too disorganized and selfish to make a global conspiracy work. Anyway, that's all I know. He shrugs. I don't think it's anything to worry about. Besides, with the whole dragon thing, we've got enough on our plates already. Any thoughts? Yeah, thoughts are probably for, like, story relevant shit. And not the random shit I get up to. Aww. Puppy. Hey, Paul. I said, hey, Paul. Afer, greetings. Amsel peers at you through a battered old pair of wire-rimmed glasses. There is something gentle about the man, with his silver hair and his tweed jacket. He looks more like an aging art professor than he does like a criminal go-between. Is something that I can do for you? And he doesn't have anything interesting to say, at least right now. I don't want to go through, like, all the stuff that he has to say about everyone else. Dietrich greets you with a familiar wry smile. Hey, Ferg, what's new? Have you ever heard of an organization called the Lodge? Lodge. He freezes up. Boss, do you mean the Black Lodge? I don't know. Maybe. Lodge was all that I heard. Let me describe them to you and you can tell me if what I'm saying fits. Shadowy, powerful, secretive as hell, with deep pockets and a penchant for hiding the truth. They conduct all their business through dupes and go-betweens. He gives you a sideways glance. That sound about right? That's them in a nutshell, yeah. Well, if that's them, and whoever you're talking about I ain't saying it is, then I advise you to stay away from them. Stay far, far away. And whatever you do, don't take their money. If you do, they'll own you. Dietrich, I have something to tell you. If you're about to say what I think you are, don't. I don't want to know. Well, tell me what you've heard about this Black Lodge, then. I need to know. Well, the story is that the Black Lodge is the mother of all conspiracies. Supposedly, they've been around for hundreds of years, and they've been practicing magic since well before the Awakening. Impossible, I know, but I believe it. You ever heard of the Masons, the Knights Templar, the Bavarian Illuminati? They were all puppets of the Black Lodge. None of them knew who they were working for, but the Lodge was there pulling the strings. They always have been, and they are today. That's the story. I didn't realize you were a conspiracy theorist, Dietrich. I ain't, but I've been around long enough to know that I should trust my gut, and it's telling me that the Black Lodge is real. Your mileage may vary, of course. I believe whatever you want. You already know what I think. I'm curious, Dietrich. Why did you switch from fronting a band to running the shadows? Honestly, working the stage was getting boring, boss. Spitting and screaming at the role was fine and good when I was a kid, but it just didn't do it for me anymore. The Dragon Slayer wanted me to fight a real enemy, so I left the band behind and I turned to the shadows. He shrugs. Oh no, guess I figured they'd be the best way to find one. Concerning current events, I said that you're not wrong about that. Yeah, I guess not. Feels kind of daunting, truth be told, but exciting all the same. I've been looking for a worthy adversary for a while now. It's kind of satisfying having a white whale to chase. How long have you been looking for a real enemy? He shrugs. Not too long, ever since I took down the last one. The last one? Of course, I might be able to sit around feeling pleased with myself if I followed the Creator or the Moon Maiden, but the Dragon Slayer ain't that kind of idol. If I'm not drinking, I'm fighting, and if I'm doing either of those things, I'm looking for a bigger, better fight to get next time. Dietrich produces a flash from his jacket pocket and raises it in salute. It's remarkably simple code to live by. Who was the last one? Gang boss, a great big orcish bastard called the Wildschwein. I'm gonna guess that's like wild pig. Led the local chapter of the Horde. I'd had my sights set on him and his for a while. They'd hurt a lot of people, and I figured they'd pose a challenge. I wasn't wrong about that, but I took him out in the end. Dietrich, when does this pattern end? Well, boss, the way I figure it'll end when I pick a fight that I can't win. He smiles sadly. Might be this one, maybe the next. It'll be hard to top a great dragon. But that's the way the Dragon Slayer wants it, and who am I to refuse him? Abruptly, he turns away. That's enough talk for today, boss. Besides, you got other things to do, I'm sure. Thanks, Dietrich. I can write for new messages. Old messages. I don't care. View all pending and active jobs. Check this out as the Alice Fund. We're halfway there! Access the Shadowrun BBS. There's the BBS for nothing. Okay. Alright, so let's do a job. Let's do the pharma one. Let's see how much I'm gonna hate it. We went through this already. Accept the job. Run accepted. Client notification sent. Do the U-band. Just see if anyone else has anything to say. Oh. Lane looks to have mostly recovered from whatever happened the other day. A few butterfly stitches keep closed the laceration on his face, and his damaged prosthetic looks to be functioning normally once again. And what brings you around today? I want to talk about what happened to the other day. The old soldier glowers, but given his physical handicaps and his recent injuries, he hardly makes for an intimidating figure, troll size notwithstanding. Hang my hoop. I'm not a child woman. I'm not helpless, and even if I was, leave me to whatever fate I've earned. What did they want? He wanted to dissuade me from lending my voice or experience to any pro-metahuman parties. I tried to talk him down, tried to explain my fighting days are dumb, but he wouldn't believe me. Bastard made a liar of me when I beat him with my crutch. Who was it? Someone who heard an unfounded rumor. A rumor about me joining up with Orc, presumed favorite polyclub among us trogs. Maybe he was humanist, or maybe just another flex fanatic who thought the balance of power would be upset by me joining up with Orc. I don't know and I don't care. I just want to be left alone. Will they be back? I don't know if they know what's good for them. Last time they caught me alone, taking a shortcut through an alley. I won't make that mistake again. I'm sticking close to home and close to Samuel and his people. They won't shy away from a fight. Alright, we'll leave it at that for now. I'd like to hear more about your part in the Euro Wars. Lane sighs, his weight settling on creaking legs. Problem with a tight-knit community like the Curious Bazaar is that you can't escape who you are. Fine. You want to hear it, I'll tell it. The old troll leans heavy on his crutch and takes a steadying breath. I was a colonel in the Finnish army. During the First Euro War, the Jaeger Brigade was mine. For decades we'd used ATVs, Nasus and bandwagons mostly. Slow, lumbering things but built for the snows of the Lapland. I was the one who changed all that, moving us over to T-birds. I made us fast and nimble. The Russians were still slow, and though they had us outnumbered and outgunned, we could run circles around them. I'm not sure when and I'm not sure who, but the comparison was made to Rommel. Arctic Fox followed soon thereafter. But I don't celebrate the title. Far too many young soldiers died under the command of the Arctic Fox. This is why some asked me to fight, and this is why I refuse. I won't take up any more of your time. I'm gonna hit the thing for the Doctor Man first. And then, so I can get the better shit. And then I'll do the pharma laboratory. Lockdown. The ride to the Adenerplatz is a dismal one. Your only company on the train is an elderly dwarf in a ragged peacoat, and he spends most of his time muttering to himself. When the train rattles to a stop, he slowly rises from his perch and begins to hobble toward the doorway. The station itself isn't much different, an old, broken-down thing at the end of its useful life, feebly tottering towards obsolescence. This area of Berlin has clearly seen better days. A window of light shines down from the surface, and even that looks stale. Slowly we begin to climb. The streets above the Adenerplatz are dark and dismal. The kiosk has seen better days. Everything here reeks of economic depression and faded glory. Looming above you is a fortress-like, seemingly impregnable facility. The windows have been shuttered with enormous steel panels, letting the entire building a sinister appearance. That's our target, Suherland Bioscience. I wonder what happened in here. It might still be happening for all that we know. Here's a cheerful thought. Come on, Chief, let's get this over with. It's this way. Do a bit of an explorer. Oh, there's people here. Maybe we can chat with them a little. I can't tell if my hair... Yeah, I think that's my hair sticking out of the back of my outfit. I do not seem able to talk to people. Okay. Ooh, we can jack in there. I'm gonna look at the discarded trash. This pile of trash is steaming. Fetid waves of stench wash over as you draw near. God damn, that's rank. I'll stay back here if you don't mind. I have better things to do than dig through a pile of decomposing trash. It might not be decomposition. That steam could be coming from a grate or a vent under the pile. Yeah, well, I ain't touching it. Move the trash aside. It's a vent. The garbage pile is concealing a small HVAC vent. The steam that pours from it smells much cleaner now, that it isn't being filtered through a heap of filth. A dwarf might be able to fit inside the vent, but nothing larger. Okay, we could probably send in his drone. Let's see what the jack-in is. Select a decker to jack in. Dietrich, of course. Can I not? It's not letting me select. I have to move myself. Oh wait, no, that's not... I keep... Alright, let's go. Opened it. No, we can't interact with that at all, but you know what? I like the hacking approach. Less likely to lose our drone that way, I think. Alright, let's open this door. Scientific terminal. The system appears to contain an inventory control system for Shadowrun Biosciences merchandise. The items are spelled out in amber lettering against a solid black background. A glowing cursor awaits your input. Shadowrun Bioscience products and specimen. Issue banks, organ farm, breakdown and analysis, replication fabrication, contract fulfillment, and special projects. Tissue banks, organ farms. This entry provides a complete breakdown of the standard organs that are being grown in the organic chemistry wing of the Shadowrun Bioscience. I've seen that the lab was outfitted with the capacity to mass-produce fat-grown metahuman organs, including heart, kidneys, livers, and lungs. This material would then be used for testing purposes. Breakdown and analysis. This entry contains a complete log of studies performed by Shadowrun employees on the products of competing biotech companies. BioWare samples by Universal Omnitech, Shieldwasp, Proteus AG, and Biogene have all gone under the knife here, and the results of each dissection have been meticulously recorded. Replication and fabrication. This entry contains notes on Shadowrun's attempts to replicate products that it had previously dissected and studied. According to the information here, Shadowrun had achieved a shocking level of success at producing generic versions of a wide variety of commercial and restricted BioWare products. These knockoff products were commissioned by an outside investor and have been moved into cold storage in the executive wing pending transport. Select contract fulfillment. This entry contains a complete breakdown of the organs waiting in cold storage to be claimed by clients and investors. Scanning over the list, you see a number of high-end security level enhancements in inventory. BioWare like this would normally run for tens of thousands of Neon. If this was what Escabel was commissioning Shadowrun to produce, he could undercut all of his competitors and still make an ungodly profit. Select special projects. This entry details a number of projects that involve invasive testing on awakened animals. There are listings for a number of hellhounds, including their complete medical histories. It appears that most of the experimental procedures listed were performed on a subject named Billy, but who or what Billy might be has left undisclosed. That's upsetting, because I'm probably gonna have to fight Billy. I don't want to climb down, that sounds not like a good time. What's this? Observation terminal. This terminal governs the animal testing wing of Shadowrun Bioscience. Data entries concerning animal test subjects and the procedures performed upon them fill the menu screen. Shadowrun Bioscience Animal Testing Observational Terminal. Hellhound and Basilisk. Alright, Hellhound testing protocols. This entry contains notes on a variety of invasive test procedures that were performed on a kennel of Hellhound test subjects. There are several memos appended to the file. Apparently the scientists working in the animal testing wing were less convinced that working with dangerous, fire-breathing animals would yield useful results than the executives were. And then this entry covers the various forms of experimentation and testing performed on Shadowrun's prized possession, a rare albino basilisk acquired from an exotic animals dealer in Portugal. It appears the basilisk was being used as the primary focus of a passion project at Shadowrun, an attempt to create a magically active piece of BioWare. Why the executives in charge of the project felt that a basilisk would make an appropriate test subject is not clarified. The list of procedures performed on the creature is extensive, including a series of anesthetized thoracic surgeries. What does this do? Keycard panel. Boop. Get your decker to hack the panel. Your hack successfully unlocks the door. Hooray! Shit! Bang, bang, bang. Let's murder the shit out of you with claws. Oh. What's this? Hello, Max. You are a pretty cool looking little dude, aren't you? You can hang out next to your Afer. Data check can go right here. Ow. Oh, goodness, it's fine. Oh, of course, always the fucking... Damn it. Stop with the blowing up with me thing. Damn it. Oh, well, you did your best, Glory. Yay! Ah, that means I don't get to go. Well, that's nice. Yay! Ooh, froze a little bit. My game saved though, so that's nice. Oh, actually, I can go in here. Oh, I got 66 new yen. Holy shit. Let's see. Executive clearance. Let's see if I can deck this. Yeah. I can't. Alright, clearance B. Let's see if I can deck this. Nope. I don't want to go down, because that sounds unfun for me. That also goes down. I guess this is the alternative way to get in here is to go down and through something and then you get in here. Alright, let's see what's down here. Just because, you know, there might be more stuff we can pick up, like pay data or whatever. Yes, this definitely looks like a good place to be. I don't regret this decision at all. But there is something I can loot. And why play a game if you can't loot shit? Oh wow, 53 new yen, hooray! Oh, that's another way to get down. But I can't get in here otherwise. Clearance B. Yeah, I can't do anything with that yet. I'm probably gonna have to find clearance cards. Oh, wait, no, damn it. I just realized that one of the rooms had a different way to get in there. This one here. I'll see if there's anything in there. The answer is no. So why even let me get in there, guys? Oh, the yawns, why? A wild-eyed young man in a tattered lab coat confronts you. His beard is bushy and unkempt, but bare patches of skin show through. You there, who are you? He stalks towards you, his hands twitching. How dare you enter my domain? Easy there, pal. I thought this lab was abandoned. Abandoned? This is my territory, my home. You are an invader in my territory, she-elf, and you have murdered my peasantry. Daychek mutters under his breath. We've got a live one here, boss. He continues his rant without pausing for a breath. You are a murderer, a monster. You will pay. Hold up. Who are you? I am Philip Rex, the Night King of Sutherland Bioscience. I will have you banished for your transgressions, she-elf. Banished to the underworld and left to the ravages of the all-powerful Billy. He pauses, blinking. Hold still while I fetch the robots that will banish you. Your peasants opened fire on me. I destroyed them in self-defense. No, they wouldn't do that. They were gentle and kind. You're an outsider. You don't understand the bond of trust and respect that we shared. I did my best to make life good for the peasantry. I scrubbed their plastic cases on a daily basis and I crooned pleasing melodies to ease their troubled minds. But those days are over now. My peasants are dead. You destroyed something beautiful. Alright, sire, I'm sorry about your peasants, but I'm on an important, quest. The grief on his face instantly vanishes. What replaces it looks like curiosity. Oh, well that changes everything. Perilous quests and civilian casualties go together like chocolate and peanut butter. I can't say mad at you for that, Jesus Christ. Tell me about this quest of yours, good she-elf. Leave nothing to the imagination. He leans forward, smiling. You have my rapt attention. I need to get my hands on the Bioware prototypes that are being stored in the executive wing. His eyes go wide. The executive wing? Madness! Take this as a warning, noble stranger. If you intend to forge your way into that land of milk and honey, you do so at your own peril. The underworld stands between you and your goal, and the underworld is home to the murderous Billy. I think I've read about this Billy. He was Sutherland's albino basilisk, right? Was is right. Now he's so much more. A creature of legend. Years of experimentation have made the beast into the ultimate killing machine. He's smarter than 10 men and 5 times as deadly. If this Billy is standing in my way, I guess I'll have to kill him. He snorts. A fool's errand. Heiner tried to kill Billy once. He thought that by eating the beast we could steal its power. Hubris. Billy devoured my friend for his insolence, and the last remaining copy of Keycard E was lost. He was a beautiful fool, that Heiner. I told him that we didn't need to eat Billy, that we could survive indefinitely on synthesized cardiac tissue and choco nubs. But he wouldn't listen, and Keycard E was lost. And without it, I can no longer access the executive's wing and its expensive snack bar. I have eaten nothing but vat-grown metahuman organs for a year and a half, stranger. I would kill for a choco nub. I think I've heard all I need to about Billy. Just tell me how to get into the executive wing. Very well, stranger. If you cannot be dissuaded, I will help you. The ragged lab tech fishes into his coat pocket with a bony hand and produces a thin slip of plastic. He presents it to you with a flourish. This is my most prized possession, the incomparable Keycard B. Using this, you can descend to the underworld and face Billy. If you should survive the encounter, search for the long-missing Keycard E. Use it to reopen the executive wing, and I will see to it that you are richly rewarded. What the fuck? More shit. Is there anything interesting in these rooms? Well, you know, depending on how long he's been in here, it's kind of weird that he's been able to survive on just basically meat and protein. Because you do need stuff like fiber, vitamin A, vitamin B, like, you know, I don't know exactly what vitamins vat-grown hearts have, but I feel like you'd be kind of missing a lot of shit that you need. Let's swipe the clearance B key card. There's Billy. Damn it. Smack. And miss. Oh, I forgot to set up the drone, damn it. Well, AP lost because fuck me, am I right? Hooray! Here we go! And... hooray! So I guess I'm out of the count for the time being. Hey. Hi, Billy. Oh, there's more coming. Oh, fantastic. I definitely don't hate that. Stop missing. I just want him to die. Yay! I just have to kill this hellhound. God, I'm just missing a lot, aren't I? For a group like this, it gets really hard to actually figure out who you're clicking on. Why do people miss so bad in this game? Yay! Anything in here? Anything in here? No. Where did that other hellhound come from, though? Because it was coming from, like, out here, and I didn't run into any hellhounds, so that's kind of bullshit. Let's go up. I said let's go up. We can open... No, that's executive. I want to go into clearance panel B, because I should be able to swipe that and get in. Oh, that's another way down. Oh, that's, turn this on to my stash. Let's go down and see what's down here. A safe, and it's locked. Alright, let's see what's in the safe. Ooh, a schematic. Auto-injector bliss. That'll be for, if it's an auto-injector, that would be for, the Doctor Man, I think. But it's also a drug, so maybe it's for the drug man. Swipe the executive clearance key card. Ooh, there's blood. The gates, they finally open. Watch as he dies. Oh, or not. I guess he's just gonna get some chocolates. Thank you, my friend. You have granted me the secret desire that my heart yearned for most, a respectable supply of non-organ-based food. You will always be welcome in these hallowed halls. I, Philip Rex, do swear it. I want to know about the prototype BioWare. He shrugs. It's BioWare. Pretty standard stuff. Pain editors, trauma dampers, orthoscan, things like that. All of it was reverse engineered from existing BioWare products, right? I've read up on Switzerland's process. Yes, that's right. Knockoffs. He nods slowly. Dangerous work. Illegal most places, but not here in Berlin. Our investor needed it that way. I guess that explains why Escabel didn't hire a company in Spain. He nods eagerly. Yes, too risky. Here in Berlin, no problems with the law, because there is no law. Just have to be careful. All for naught now, though. Our copies were good, just like the real thing, but who cares? It's all just meat in the end. If you don't miss that, meat, I'll take it off your hands. Go right ahead, fill your pockets, take whatever you like. I, on the other hand, will avail myself of a snack bar. So tell me about your peasantry. I love them. They're like family to me. When I'm hungry, they're the ones who harvest the meat for me to cook from the cultured organ lab. When I'm in need of company, they keep me warm. They're drones, not people. You get that, right? They are people. They are my people. He crosses his arms over his chest. Just because you can't understand our bond, that doesn't mean it isn't real. Leave this one alone, boss. You ain't gonna change his mind. He's too far gone. You will see. You may have killed 3 of my peasants, but I can activate more. He rubs his chin, grinning. They will return to me, and I will show them the love that only a true ruler can. I will bathe them in my affection, and they... Hang on a second. Just how many more peasants do you have in this building? Oh, hundreds. He beams at you. The security system here is quite state-of-the-art. User-friendly, too. It didn't take long to figure out how to make some peasants wake up and others to go to sleep. I allow the majority of my peasantry to rest peacefully, basking in the benevolence of my rule. I could wake them at any time, but why? I say, let them rest. That's probably for the best. Can we talk about something else? He blinks. Of course. What do you need? I want to know a little bit more about the underworld. He nods slowly. The nether realm that lies beneath the hallowed halls of Sutherland's bioscience. A nightmarish labyrinth of dripping pipes and filthy brickwork. Billy rules supreme down there. Now, to set foot into the underworld means certain death. Just to get this straight, we are talking about a sewer, right? The underworld is just the sewer. Yes, it is a sewer. But it is also a nightmarish labyrinth of... Yeah, I gotcha. Let's talk about something else. What happened here? What caused the lockdown? A calamitous series of events. It began with a spilled cup of soy calf and ended in terror and blood. He falls silent. There's a long, awkward pause. Someone spilled soy calf, that's it? Well, no. Naturally, the inevitable results of such an incident followed the spill. He blinks confusedly. Do you want me to spell it out for you? Yes, that wasn't an explanation. He sighs. Then you shall have one. Where to begin? On the morning of the lockdown, all was well. Geyser, an executive, was making his round, walking from console to console to check up on us. He held a bubbling cup of soy calf in his stubby little hands. We all knew that food and drink were forbidden outside of the employee lounge, but Geyser was a proud man and he would not obey the rules. His pride was our undoing. He tripped and fell, and his soy calf spilled into a console in the animal testing wing. There was a terrible snap of shorting circuits coupled with the stench of ozone. All over the building, emergency lights flashed and alarms blared. The building went into quarantine mode. He raises his voice and gestures theatrically. Doors locked and shutters slammed closed. We were all trapped like rats inside, but we were not afraid. We were sure this malfunction would be fixed within the hour. We did not know what was coming for us. Unbeknownst to us, any of us, Geyser's devil beverage had done more than initiate a false quarantine. It had also shorted the locks in Billy's cage. The albino basilisk slipped its bonds, and in that moment its reign of terror began. His voice climbed to a roar. Within a half hour of the spill, Billy had slaughtered everyone who could have disengaged the lockdown. Executives were torn limb from limb, their business attire was shredded, their expenditure reports bathed in blood, and the rest of us were trapped inside with the savage beast. He falls silent, blinking. As he watched, his expression clouds. When he speaks again, his voice is small. In the end, only Hainer and I remained. We managed to trap Billy in the underworld, but there was no hope of escape for us. Why not? Couldn't you have just called for help? No, comlinks don't work in here, no reception, and the quarantine cut off our matrix access. Hainer and I found ourselves completely isolated. Oop. Oh, that was my phone getting there. No, comlinks don't work here and no reception, and the quarantine cut off our matrix access. Hainer and I found ourselves completely isolated from the outside world with a terrible creature running loose in the basement. Our choices were to give up and die or to make the best of it. The manic cheer that you've come to expect floods back into the lab tech. He spreads his arms wide, a knowing smile on his face, and as you can plainly see, we chose the latter. We persevered and eventually transformed this husk of a building into the glorious kingdom that you find yourself standing in today. It was all for the best in the end. I tamed this land, and I have grown to love it. I will never live anywhere else. I gotta go. I'll see you around. Yeah, later. Jeez. I wonder what happened to all the bodies. Well, I guess Billy ate them all. Hooray, I got the experimental bio whatever the fuck. I can leave now. That wasn't as difficult as I was expecting it to be, but I guess it's like considered like a minor quest. As you emerge, blinking into the light of day, you find yourself standing face to face with a veritable wall of security personnel. A man in an expensive suit raises a megaphone to shout at you. You, stay right where you are. The megaphone really isn't necessary, man. I'm standing right here. You'll place the stolen Bioware samples that you're carrying on the ground, then lie on your belly with your hands on your head. Do it now or I'll order my men to open fire. I didn't steal anything. The owner of this material commissioned me to retrieve it for him. Escabel, you mean? Yes, we know all about him. He has quite a reputation back in Spain. We're with Shearwash, street scum, and that material infringes on 15 of our company's patents. The organs that you're carrying are based on our intellectual property. This is unbelievable. This place is locked down for 2 years and you choose today to come visit? You think this was a coincidence? This became when the quarantine was broken. We've had eyes in this place since the lockdown went into effect. You called us here when you opened the doors. By the way, you could have broken into this place months ago. The building was quarantined, idiot. It's cheaper to set up a camera than it is to mount a hazmat cleanup effort. As long as that counterfeit merchandise was contained, we didn't care that it was in here. But it will not hit the streets. Now shut your mouth and hit the floor or I'll order my men to open fire. Don't make me kill you, man. Have it your way. The security personnel raise their weapons into attack posture. Oh, there's a lot of enemies. Ow. Man, speaking too soon, right? It's like, oh man, that was way easier than I thought it was going to be, and then this happens. Whoop. Of course you fucking missed. Why are you missing so much? Everyone's missing so much. Christ. Ow. Don't heal him! I was barely able to smack him as it was. Oh my god, how many of those people are there? Go away! Ow. Stop! like stop. Get fucked. Oh, heal him. I'm having so much trouble just trying to get him to take any damage. Oh. Ha! Oh, I'm not in control of my drone anymore. Where's that? Okay, usually conjured things die when the person who summoned them dies. Damn it. Damn it. Fuck off. Well, at least that's dealt with. Except that I keep getting knocked out and I can't fucking do anything. Well, I wanted to help you, buddy, but I couldn't. Not enough AP. Great. This is so annoying. They're able to do so much more damage than me. Shit. This is fucked. We are so fucked. At least I don't die permanently. Heal Glory a bit, and then I'm gonna smack you with the claw. Ow. Oh, for fuck's sake! What's the point of having a super high rifle thing if I just miss all the time? There. Oh, now I'm out of ammo. Great. Can you stop running away? That's really annoying. Oh my god! Seriously, how do you miss all the fucking time? Finally! As the smoke begins to clear, a cry of jubilation sounds over the Sutherland Bioscience Building's intercom system. Well done, noble stranger, well done. You have defended this realm from the ravening Jubathon hordes just as you vanquished the ravening Billy. Why didn't you summon your fucking peasants to help me then, you piece of shit? Just doing my job, Phil. Of course you are, and as a wandering knight, your job is legendary heroism. I will sing your tales to my peasants, and they will rejoice. We should probably get moving. Those samples aren't going to stay frozen forever. The intercom crackles to life again. Farewell, stalwart she-elf. We will remember you always. You hear the rustling sound of Phil pushing himself away from the intercom. A few seconds later, the building's external speakers fall silent.